about mind control, thoughts being read, and neural weapons. So, the first thing I wanted to talk about is the mind control. Indirect conversations being done. So, what is that? I've done research on that on YouTube, and what I found out is what that is if you go into public, street theater or slash gang stalking, people are having a conversation. Maybe they're talking about something that you may only know, or just personal, some information that is specifically steered towards you. What I've seen in my experience that is usually suggestive programming. So people will be talking and saying certain things, and maybe you might not know what they're talking about, but they're looking at you. They're making certain looks at you and staring at you to get you to kind of like feel like they're talking to you or talking about you or trying to get you to hear what they're saying. I try to ignore them, um, put my headphones on, but they'll do that. And what they're trying to do is mind control you or get you to maybe watch a video. What I see is they try to get you to watch a video or think a certain thing or do a certain thing, and basically initiate whatever they were trying to get you to do, whether that is watching a certain video, whether that is doing a certain action, whether that's going to a certain place. That's what I've noticed the direct conversations do. Now, suggestive programming is just basically they might say a certain word or say a certain thing, and it's kind of like they're trying to like suggest you to do something or, believe something or see something. And that brings me to my final point, the mind control part. I really believe this is spiritual or something close to the nanobots or nanotechnology. That's the word, nanotechnology existing. The reason why I think it might be spiritual is because this brings me to the last point, which is them knowing your thoughts. I have done a lot of research on how they're able to know where you are, know what you're thinking, and know what you're going to do. At least that's in what I've experienced in my case. They're able to know what I'm thinking 4K, where I'm going to go, or what I'm doing. And there is no app or portal, which is what I've researched and seen a lot of people say is the reason why they're able to hear your thoughts or know what you're doing or going to say or do. There's no app, there's no portal, there is none of these things. That brings me to the point where it might be spiritual, because how are they able to hear what I'm thinking? Like, for example, I could be in the grocery store and I can be thinking that shirt looks ugly on that person. That person will be able to hear exactly what I'm saying at that time. They might look at me while I'm thinking it. This sounds absolutely bogus, but based off of all the information that's been coming out in the world, the government, Trump being back in office, the Epstein files, and etc., the NASA scientists going missing, and so forth, aliens coming into play, saying that they might be real, and then some. This topic really wouldn't be too far off and too taboo to exist. So I won't say it sounds crazy. It sounds like it absolutely can exist, and it can, and it is real. So back to what I was saying. For example, I'm in the grocery store and the person can hear exactly what I'm saying at that time. They're not holding their phone, they're not looking in an app. There's none of those things. That's why I believe there's a bigger entity involved operating in each of these individuals, giving them the information that you have. The second thing is the nanotechnology. This technology is not a chip, because you'd have to be chipped, and everyone will also have to be chipped to be able to receive, to have what is it called, like a receptor. Everyone involved would be have to be chipped as well as you, and that is something that may or may not be easy to do. So the nanotechnology sounds more logical and likely based off of it being a topic way, 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 way back in the past. And you can look up information about the government experimenting with V2K and MK Ultra mind control. And a lot of those files were destroyed, so we only have very, very light information on the MK Ultra files. So back to the topic of the nanotechnology. Nanotechnology can be the second possibility on how these people can hear and know your thoughts. 4K. When I say 4K, I mean you think it, they hear it at that time. You think something, they hear it at that very moment. There's no, you think something, later on, they look it up, they know what you've been thinking. No, that's not what I am referring to. I'm referring to the complaint of people saying that how are these people able to know when I pull up to a grocery store, everyone pulls up at the exact same time. If I pull up to a gas station, everyone comes out in the car. When I get out of the car, they get out of the car. There's no tracker device on your phone, your car, or a chip in you. It is either something spiritual, an entity that is operating over the masses of these people that are a part of this program, or the second option, which is the nanotechnology being embedded in the target individuals, as well as the perpetrators being able to know this information, being a um, being a part of the mass new world order orchestration. Okay, but I heavily believe it's something spiritual going on, and it's an entity that is operating through these people, because these people are driven by hate. You can be as kind as you want to be to these people, and they will still find a reason to be evil and hateful towards you. So what would be the reason for that? It wouldn't be something scientific, because if it was something scientific going on and you're being experimented on, it would be less about hate and more about trying to get the experiment, observation and conclusion that they're trying to get. But that's not the case. It is a never ending program that is driven by hate. People do things that are hateful, and there isn't a solution or reason behind it, and no one is willing to speak on it with you personally. So that would bring me to the first option, which is something spiritual, and it's a new world order with something evil and an evil entity being operated through these people. Because what would be the reason for so much hate being driven towards the individuals? That's the main key. What is being done and not said? What's being done is hateful actions. Okay? The actions aren't very scientific. Like, someone pulls up and does this, and they're wearing this color. Those are the few things that are very light. But there is also other things. You see other people complaining about people, their neighbors being hateful, people being hateful, people cutting them off on the road, and so forth, and then some. So if these people are operating in this way, and there's hate within their heart, then there's something spiritual attached. What is the agenda being pushed? And lastly, these, basically, these are the three items, these are the three terms. Basically, these are the three terms found by my research that best describe my experience. Okay, one of the most incredible YouTubers that I can bring up and I'll attach in the description is the Iceman Cometh. And he has very informational YouTube videos that's very logical and very organized when he explains the tactics, and he has video proof in his videos. So, you know, to come to a conclusion of the video and summarize everything that I just spoke about, um, mind control is being done, with the suggestive programming and the indirect conversations. Thoughts are being read through either, number one, a spiritual entity operating through these people, which I strongly believe, based off of the hate driven agenda, we're operating through these people when they do perform their tactics. Or option two, the nanotechnology being embedded into the masses, because this is information that has been spoken about for years, and there are files in the government about MK Ultra mind control, and the files that are available are only the light version and not the full files that were actually available at that time. And that's about it. So I'll be coming on live sometime this week. I'm, you know, juggling a couple of things, but I will make that my priority and posting another video as soon as I can this week as well. Thank you guys for watching my video. Please subscribe and stay tuned. Share this information to get the word out there, and make sure you turn on the notification bell so that you can get the notification when I go live and post a video. Okay, signing out. Bye bye.